10 interesting facts about koalas. Koalas are one of Australia's most beloved animals. But despite their cuteness, there's a lot that people don't know about these furry creatures. So here are 10 interesting facts about koalas to help you learn more about them. 1. Koalas can climb trees while growing up. When you think of koalas, you probably imagine them munching on eucalyptus leaves while lounging in trees. This is because adult koalas spend the majority of their time in trees. However, unlike most tree-dwelling animals, koala babies can't cling to their mother's back as they grow up. Instead, baby koalas must learn to climb from the ground up, which they do by leaping from branch to branch and falling safely into their mother's waiting paws. The first time they attempt this feat, they are usually around 6 months old, but they will continue to practice until they are a year old, at which point they are fully independent climbers. 2. Koalas have fingerprint patterns just like humans. If you've ever reached out to pet a koala, you may have noticed that its fingerprints look oddly familiar. That's because koala fingerprints are very similar to human fingerprints. In fact, researchers from the University of New South Wales in Sydney found that koala fingerprints are so like ours that they could not be distinguished from each other under a microscope. This means that if you were to leave your fingerprints on a tree during a koala encounter, it would be nearly impossible for the koalas to wipe them off. However, this also means that humans can use koala fingerprints to identify individuals in the same way that law enforcement uses our fingerprints. And even though koala fingerprints aren't currently used for identification purposes, scientists believe that someday they might be helpful in distinguishing between male and female koalas. This is because females have more ridges on their fingertips than males. 3. Koalas are lactose intolerant. One of the most interesting facts about koalas is that despite being mammals, they are lactose intolerant. This means that they cannot digest dairy products such as milk. In fact, koalas cannot digest any form of milk after they are weaned, including their own mother's milk. Scientists believe that this is because koalas have a mutation in the gene that codes for lactase, the enzyme responsible for digesting lactose, which is the sugar found in milk. It's unclear why this mutation occurred, but some researchers speculate that it may have been caused by a viral infection that affected the koala's digestive system over time. Whatever the reason, it is one of only a few known examples of lactose intolerance in the animal kingdom. And it's important to note that koala milk contains lactose just like any other mammal's milk. However, once they are weaned, they lose the ability to digest it. 4. Koalas are more aquatic than you think. Even though koalas live in trees and eat leaves, they spend a lot of time in the water. In fact, koalas love swimming so much that they will often take impromptu dips in rivers, lakes, and oceans whenever they get the chance. This is especially true during mating season, when male koalas will swim underwater to try and attract a partner. And when you see a koala swimming, you may notice that they move strangely. This is because they use a doggy paddle motion with their legs and feet to propel themselves through the water. They also use their claws to grip the branches of trees and rocks while they are swimming, which allows them to take breaks from paddling and conserve energy. Overall, koalas are excellent swimmers and are thought to be capable of swimming for long distances without getting tired. 5. Koalas are colorblind. If you've ever seen a koala in person, you may have noticed that they don't seem to react to bright colors or patterns. This is because koalas are completely colorblind and can only see in black and white. Scientists believe that this is because koalas lack the gene for color vision, which is found in most mammals. However, this also means that koalas cannot appreciate the beauty of a rainbow or the vibrant colors of a sunset. But it doesn't seem to bother them at all. After all, koalas are perfectly happy munching on leaves and napping in trees, whether there is color around them or not. 6. Koalas have a special pouch. If you've ever seen a baby koala, you may have noticed that it has a small pouch on its belly. This is actually a special adaptation that helps keep the baby koala safe and secure while it is still developing. The pouch is made of skin and fur, and it acts as a protective barrier between the baby koala and the outside world. It also helps regulate the temperature of the baby koala, keeping it warm and cozy while it is still too young to be out in the elements. When the baby koala is first born, it will crawl into its mother's pouch and stay there for the next 6 to 8 weeks. During this time, it will drink milk, sleep, and grow rapidly. Once it is big enough, the baby koala will start to explore outside of the pouch, but it will continue to nurse for several more months before it is fully weaned. Number 7. Koalas have a very unique digestive system. Like many other mammals, koalas have a 4-chambered stomach, which allows them to digest plant material. However, unlike most other mammals, koalas also have a specialized digestive tract that allows them to break down the tough cellulose found in eucalyptus leaves. This is thanks to a group of bacteria that live in their stomachs. These bacteria produce enzymes that break down cellulose, which allows the koalas to absorb nutrients from the leaves. Without these bacteria, koalas would not be able to survive on a diet of eucalyptus leaves alone. Number 8. Koalas are solitary creatures. Despite being social creatures, koalas are solitary by nature and prefer to live alone. They will often fight each other if they are forced to live together, and this can result in injuries or even death. However, koalas will come together under one roof during mating season. This is the only time when they will interact with each other on a regular basis, and it can result in a lot of aggression and violence. Once the mating season is over, the koalas will go back to living solitary lives until it's time to mate again. Number 9. Koalas are slow. You may have noticed that koalas don't seem to be in a hurry when you see them in person. And this is because they are actually quite slow, both on the ground and in trees. When they are on the ground, koalas move in a strange waddling motion, and they are often seen taking naps along the forest floor. When they are in trees, koalas are surprisingly graceful, but they move slowly and deliberately from branch to branch. This is because koalas are not natural climbers. In fact, they had to learn how to climb as they grew up, and their climbing skills are not as good as some other animals. Number 10. Koalas can live up to 18 years old. Although koalas are often seen as cute and cuddly creatures, they are actually wild animals with sharp claws and teeth that can be dangerous if provoked. Koalas are also susceptible to diseases and parasites, which can shorten their lifespan. Despite these challenges, koalas can live up to 18 years in the wild. However, in captivity, they tend to live longer than they do in the wild. This is likely due to a combination of factors, including better nutrition and veterinary care. What did you think? Did you find these facts interesting? Let us know in the comments below. Also, make sure to like and subscribe for more amazing videos about wildlife. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.